he gotten better from last year to this year just doing practice with the Niners?
No.
Everyone
think
says
so.
he's gotten better.
Well, it didn't look like it on Sunday.
Well, no, again, because that's my point. It was one game.
It was one game.
It was like 9 bad plays, and then he had about 7 or 8 good ones.
Felt like a lot more bad plays listening to J.T. O'Sullivan yesterday on Willard and JD show.
Well, it's certainly not going to be the montage of like hyping the dude up. I'm not going to say that. It's not going to be part of his like entrance music into the Hall of Fame because he's never going to sniff that as of right now.
If I can't use that game, what can I use? Because I'm not at every practice.
But he's got,
and we see all these. And we know one thing we've learned about practice this season when it comes to the 49ers coverage, the practice reports are all over the place. They're all over the place. One guy says Brock Purdy looks good. One guy says Brock Purdy looks terrible.
Can you at least like to go from he could be the starting quarterback of the 49ers for the entire year last year to immediately he needs to go to the CFL to repair himself? I just think there are so many different freeway exits before we get to that point.
There are.
And it just feels very premature.
He needs to play football. He needs to play. That's my thing. Let's start it off. Let's go from the top. We're coming all down here. We're getting to everybody. Let's start off with Gary in San Francisco. Gary, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Yeah, I think it's an inspired idea, Bonte. I think if he goes to the CFL, I don't think he'll ever come back to the NFL. But that may be his path.
Is this Brian in Palo Alto changing his voice?
I'm sorry?
This is BPA? No, go ahead. Continue to call.
It really sounds like Brian in Palo Alto pretending to be someone else.
Yeah, his name's Gary.
I
go
wanted
ahead.
to say that I think that he's going to be, he's a backup quarterback, and that's okay, right? It's not the end of the world.
This is absolutely Brian in Palo Alto pretending to be Gary. Brian, don't lie to me. 100% him.
Priest.
That was what the cadence.
Yeah.
I sniffed that out. I listen for a living, for crying out loud. Spadoni, hop on real quick.
No.
I was right.
1,000%. That was BPA. 1,000%.
Who said he was never going to call us
no,
again?
he can't leave us. He can't leave us.
Okay, you can't die on this helmet.
It was the cadence.
He can't leave us.
It was the way he dismissed him.
He can't leave.
You called him out on it, and he didn't respond.
No,
that was
of course he
absolutely
didn't.
him.
Agree. Let's go to Priest and
That
Palo
was
Alto.
hilarious.
My man Priest. What's happening, Priest?
You've got to be kidding me.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's up, Priest? Good morning, man. You're up early this morning.
Yeah, a little too early for me. No, I'm trying to put it together here. But listen, man, I don't watch a lot of the 49ers, I must admit. I'll confess. So I don't. That was the first time I seen this kid play. It's against the Raiders. What I'm trying to say here, I think Shasky's hitting on it. I think everybody's hypercritical of this kid.
Dude, thank you.
Everything he does is magnified to the nth degree because of the position he plays and the Brock Purdy situation. I saw Brock Purdy play against Dallas in the playoffs. I'm going to tell you, I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. This is me talking. I'm not.
And that's just
nobody
game.
else. Hold on.
Yeah, keep going.
Get this out, man. Listen, that kid was under siege, man.
Yep.
His first drop back, he got hit in the mouth. And then he made a nice pass on second down. Third down, he couldn't hit his back foot. I think what people are doing, I think it's mostly Niner fans and a lot of the media, because it was the Raiders. You guys are beating this kid up and blaming him for how the 49ers looked. What I saw is a quarterback whose offensive line was getting a mess beat out of him. And he was trying to figure it out. He's trying to get his head together. What I saw is a kid, after the third possession, when they started to run the football and settle the offense down, he gained momentum. I saw him make a couple of plays that I was like, dang, wish we had that. Wish we had. I'm just telling you, this is one guy's point of view, a Raider fan's point of view. That kid is talented, man. It's just that and he was in a situation, and everybody hates the Raiders. So they look at it, hey, we got embarrassed. It's Trey Lance's fault. No, it was your offensive line's fault.
I hear you, Priest. It's a good call, but I don't think the Raiders have anything to do with it. It could have been the Jacksonville Jaguars. The line did not play well.
Yeah,
but
no
simple,
Jordan Poole.
but simple three-step dropbacks. Trey Lance got to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, again,
It looked bad. He didn't look like an NFL quarterback.
I know, but like, was he that? Was he the same bad in those like first 3 drives? For example, just as an example, not that he didn't have.
He got better.
No, but I'm saying in the Chicago game, was he that bad?
Chicago game, he wasn't at all.
Well, so that's what I'm saying.
I was at the Chicago game. I was at the Chicago game.
So can we be
I know what time it was.
This? Can we be measured this? So he can have that game. But now he has 9 bad snaps, and all of a sudden he's got to go to the CFL.
Well, he just hasn't had a. And listen, it wasn't just the first 3 drives. The last 3 drives, we forgot that he almost threw 2 interceptions on.
And he fits right in with this team. Then
he almost fit through 2 interceptions on the last 3 drives.
Do you think Nick Mullins is something that like
Nick
Trey
Mullins
Lance
should not be in this
Nick,
league.
What?
Nick Mullins should not be in this league.
Okay, but he is.
He unfortunately he is,
and he's a backup.
And as soon as he plays in the game, it's over. We know that.
Oh, okay.
You have no chance to win.
And Bonte,
Nick Mullins needs to be in the XFL.
Well, he's in the NFL.
He should be in the XFL.
Okay,
he's terrible.
Well, then we're not going to have a real conversation.
No, this is a real conversation.
Nate Sudfeld and Nick Mullins, and there's guys all around this league.
I know
that I'm watching who aren't very good, who play, and I'm not saying that Trey is better than, worse than, but like if those guys can have jobs and figure it out somewhere or be employed in the NFL. I get what your point is. If you want to hit your ceiling, this hit the ceiling thing.
You know why I'm
to keep a job.
You know why I'm floating this out there?
Why?
Because he's not. Trey Lance isn't Nick Mullins. He isn't Nate Sudfeld. This guy has the potential to be a really good quarterback.
Right now, the potential stuff goes out the window.
Exactly.
As a quarterback,
does he not need reps?
He more mirrors Nick Mullins. Well, yeah, look, they all need reps. Nick Mullins could probably say
he needs to
reps.
play. He needs to play.
I just don't understand how we went from he could be the face of the organization and we all love him. And
I just don't think it's the worst thing in the world. You guys are looking at the CFL as a bad connotation. The CFL is not a bad league. It's not a bad league.
What I'm saying to you is, if there's a backup job, someone's going to probably take the backup job before they go to the CFL.
They will.
That's all I'm saying.
But what I worry about is if he takes a backup job to say the Arizona Cardinals. That is a horrific situation.
Of course.
You could play yourself out of the league playing for that team.
I'll tell you, that is the state of the NFL quarterback. Right. Mitch Trubisky backed up Josh Allen for a year, didn't take a snap, and then stared, I don't know, miraculously how, got $15 million from the Steelers, lost his job there.
I can't believe it.
But that's kind of how the NFL works. Like
I can't believe it.
We got 2 guys fighting for a job in Tampa Bay. Nobody believes in them.
Nobody believes in them. No doubt. No doubt.
So, like, if I'm Trey Lance, like, yeah, I know what you're saying. I need reps. I need this. You're talking about this hypothetical, I reached my ceiling. That is now gone. Now it's like, can I keep a job in the NFL? And then we'll get to that other point.
All right. Let's go to Cameron and Antioch. Cameron, what's happening?
Yo, good morning. How y'all doing?
What's up, Cam? We're good.
Hey, man, did y'all take a trip to the Tenderloin this morning or something? Because y'all talking crazy on this phone right now. You're talking about sending Trey Lance to the CFL? Come on, man. That's just too disrespectful.
No.
Y'all act like Trey Lance. Wait, hold on. Y'all act like Trey Lance didn't beat the Texans before Shanahan put Jimmy back in. That was Trey chance right there.
I beat that drum.
Win the Super Bowl.
Hey, Cameron, I beat that drum every single day.
Jimmy didn't make.
I beat that drum every single day. I said people put more stock in the preseason game against the Texans than they did against the regular season game against the Texans. I'm the biggest Trey Lance fan at this station, but I'm looking at his long-term career. Long-term, do you want to be a career backup or do you want to be a starter?
Hold on. Y'all watch Jimmy G stink it up for years, and it was the offense that carried him all these years.
I agree.
He handed the ball off he only threw the ball like 4 times in that playoff game. The whole thing about it is, okay, this last Raiders game, y'all trying to say Trey looked bad. Well, tell me one time Kyle has ever threw the ball 3 times in a row. That was straight sabotage.
Stop. Get off the air. That's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We're not doing that. No, don't do that. Play action pass on first down. 3-step drop back. Get rid of the damn football, Trey Lance. Hit your check down or don't throw it out. Throw it out of bounds. Okay? Second down, you get sacked because you're second and long. You got to throw the damn ball. And by the way, who the hell wants to see us run the ball in the preseason? We're all waiting for Trey Lance to throw the football. How can he quarterback? How is he developed in the passing game? Get out of here with the, oh, man, he's 7. Why would Kyle Shanahan? Now, maybe you're in the TL right now, Cameron. Maybe you're right down there in the TL smoking dope. Because why the hell, and I love you, Cameron. You always call the show. You can call back. I love you, Cam. But, Cam, think about it. Why would Shanahan sabotage a quarterback he hand-selected after giving up 3 picks for? What kind of sense does that make? You want to say, I'm not realistic. Why would Kyle Shanahan sabotage Trey Lance? No, he's trying to say, Trey Lance, this is your time to shine. I'm going to call it up. You're going to throw the football. Trey Lance knew what the game plan was 2 days when he got announced to starter Friday evening. Trey Lance knew what the game plan was. And now we're talking about, why did he throw the ball 3 straight times? Oh, stop it. Stop it. I'm not here for that. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week. I'm not here for that.
We're not going to argue. It's silly. Like, I watched the Arizona Cardinals start games with Trace McSorley. David Blah.
I know.
Started a game.
It was awful.
Okay?
It was awful.
I'm looking at some of these names who started games, Bonte. Just as Nathan Peterman.
Again.
Trevor Siemian started a game last year.
I understand
I'm
that.
just giving you an example of what happens. Jacoby Brissett's still out there, still starting games. Like, I don't know how. I mean, really?
But Shasky.
Kyle Allen started
But listen to me, Shasky. Believe you're not hearing me here.
Sam Ellinger.
Can I speak? Trey Lance is better than all those guys. I believe. He has more potential.
Maybe. But like,
he's not one of those guys.
Okay.
Those guys are placeholders to get through the season, saying we have no shot to win.
But they're
on the roster.
The argument I would make is literally the guy who took your job did exactly what you could do somewhere else if you develop and you earn it and you make the most of your opportunity. Brock Purdy did exactly
you know the difference
what
with all
I'm
those guys,
explaining.
though? You know the difference with all those guys? They played more than one season of college football.
Sure. Mac Jones played 1 season of college football. I mean, in terms of a starter.
In a pro system, though, at a high level. I take one level.
Well,
I take 1 year at Alabama over 1 year at North Dakota State. Come on now.
Yeah, most people would. Most people
You're
would.
playing NFL teams in the SEC.
But if we're looking back on it now, even Tua, like they're all kind of underwhelming. They're good. They're players in the NFL. But again, I saw the Miami Dolphins start a guy, number 19, that people couldn't pick, Thompson, whatever the hell his name was. No one could pick him out of a lineup.
Let's go to Anthony and Benicia. Lines are lit up. Anthony, what's happening?
What's up? Hey, Joe, you need a hit, so I sold it to your mother. Hubba. Somebody was doing that this morning, but check this out. First of all, Bonte, they're not hearing you. They're hearing CFL.
Yes.
Most of the people that are calling right now, they're hearing CFL, and they're thinking that they're hearing that it's a demotion. But I actually understand what you're saying. And Joe, I think you'll understand my example. Before I became a truck driver, I was a heavy equipment operator, and I had to tell my foreman and my journeyman. They used to tell me, like, listen, man, you got to get time in this equipment. You'll never get better if you don't get time in this equipment. And I think it's the same thing when it comes to Trey. What I hear from Bonte, what you're really saying is that Trey Lance has the opportunity to be great. But if he bounces around from system to system and is just a journeyman backup quarterback, he won't ever reach that potential. And I think sometimes you got to take a step back and get back to the basics and learn and relearn everything. And he was drafted to a situation where people thought he was better than what he really was. And it's unfortunate that he hasn't had enough playing time in like an NFL system. So, like, I wouldn't consider it a promotion. I would consider it just an opportunity. Like, I hear what Devontae is saying, but I also hear what Joe's saying.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Anthony, John Walford started games last year. Bryce Perkins, who? Like, I'm not saying...
Those guys suck. Those guys suck. Will never, ever be a starter in the league. They'll never, ever lead a team.
This is coming from the maker of, I refuse to go to Fresno to work. I will make... This is you saying
because I'm from here. Yeah. I'm from here. I understand this market. And I understand this market needed me. This market needed somebody like me. Okay. That's why. I'm better than Fresno. I do that. Okay. Trey Lance is better than those guys. But you know what? Instead of backing up and not playing and playing on some crappy teams,
Skylar Thompson,
go play. You need to play.
Bailey Zappi.
Holding a clipboard is not helping Trey Lance. Trey Lance has potential to carry a franchise, I believe. Go reinvent yourself.
Bonte.
You're here at CFL.
How do you go from he's going to the CFL to potentially carrying a franchise? Do you
because
see, like,
you can because you're not hearing
No,
it.
I'm
he
hearing
needs
you.
to play. You're looking at the
being unrealistic.
CFL
You're
like it's a terrible league.
No, I'm not.
The CFL's the minor leagues. When Jordan Poole went to the G League, what did everybody say? Oh my God, he's going to the G League. No, he's going to the G League to work on his game. What happened? He came back, and now he's a $120 million man. Right?
We're flying to two wild extremes. He could be a potential franchise quarterback, or he could go to the CFL. Like, I'm sorry if you can't see that those are extremely on the opposite sides of the room.
You're comparing him to Shane Ellinger and Trace McSorley. Nobody believes those guys have the potential to be great.
And no one believed that Brock Purdy could do anything. And what I'm saying to you, no one believed in Nick Foles. What I'm saying to you is that what it is for Trey Lance is you need to somehow stay in the NFL, go to a certain situation, and if the opportunity arises, make the most of it. And if it doesn't, then you're probably destined to bounce around and hang on for dear life.
Yeah, and going to the wrong NFL team, your career could be over, especially for a black quarterback. Especially for a black quarterback.
For any quarterback.
For a black quarterback. You may be out of this league, buddy.
So, okay.